Hey there, this is Alex from Twilanswer, and in this video I will give you a quick walkthrough on how you can easily set up a IVR or a call menu in Twilio. So what this will allow you to do is make it so that when someone calls your Twilio number, you will present them with a call menu like press 1 for sales, press 2 for support, or press 1 to speak with Joe, press 2 to speak with Susan, press 3 to speak with Roger, right? So to do this, we'll set this up in just a few minutes. We'll use a tool called Twilanswer. To do this, you'll want to go over to twilanswer.com and click sign up. There is a free 14-day trial, so you can test everything out before deciding if it's worth it or not. First, you'll need to enter your information here and click create an account. Then the next thing you'll have to do is link Twilanswer to your Twilio account. You'll watch this quick setup video to see how to do that, or I'll show you really quickly right here. This might depend a little bit on if you're on the legacy Twilio console or the new one that they're starting to roll out. But either way, you're just a click away. If you're on the legacy one, you'll scroll down to account info and you'll see your account SID and your auth token. If you are on the newer version, which you'll see is much more modern, you can see this arrow down here. You'll click on that. You'll see your account SID and your auth token right there as well. That is all you need to set up Twilanswer and link your Twilio account. So go ahead and just copy and paste both of those over here. Once you do that, you'll see the different phone numbers in your Twilio account, and you should be able to search here as well if you have a lot of numbers. If you don't have any numbers in Twilio, like if you're literally just getting started, you'll want to go over to the phone numbers and click on buy a number, or you can also search for it up here just by searching by a number. But if you are looking to figure out how to set up a call menu in Twilio, I'm going to assume you already have a phone number. If you need help with that, I will link a article on how you can do that in the description down below. But either way, just select whatever phone number that you would like to use for the setup here. And then the next thing is I recommend leaving auto configuration on. What that will do is it'll allow Twilanswer to automatically update all of your settings in Twilio to match what you need and to point calls from that phone number over to Twilanswer to handle the IVR and call menu. If you have a more advanced setup, or if you like to be very careful about what changes are made in your Twilio account, you can go ahead and disable that, and Twilanswer will never update anything in your Twilio account at all. You'll just have to manually configure those, which again, I can leave a doc in the description below on how to do that. In any case, go ahead and click on continue next, and you'll be brought over to your call route configuration. The first thing that you'll need to do is select the phone number, which we've already done, so it brought that over, but you can change that here if you would like. Then you can optionally record and transcribe that call. You can have a call greeting to welcome the user. This is separate from the IVR greeting. So this greeting will play when the call first processes. It's usually used to greet the user and let them know if the call is being recorded or something to that effect. You could also set business hours. So if you wanted to say during business hours, I want to route to my IVR. After hours, if everybody's off at the same time, I want to route it to a voicemail, and then we'll handle all of that later. You could also route your business hours within the IVR. I'll show you how to do that really quick, but that's pretty advanced. We'll just leave that disabled for now, but if you wanted to, you could just enable it. It's very easy to do. And I also have a video talking through the business hours configuration as well. Go ahead and click on the call action. You'll want to add call menu, IVR, and you'll need to set up a few different things. So the first is going to be a menu recording. So this is the recording that will play to inform the users what buttons they should press for what. So I'm just going to come in here and we'll click on add a recording, and we can record this live. I'll do IVR greeting as the name, and then we go next, and then let's just say, thank you for calling Twilanswer. For sales, please press 1. For support, please press 2. And then you can play that back to listen to it, to make sure it sounds good. You can delete and redo if you want. I'll just go ahead and save that for now. And the next one is the hang-up recording, and this is the recording that would play before disconnecting if the caller doesn't respond by pressing any key. If the caller does not press any key, we basically say, sorry, we didn't receive a response from you. Please call back and try again later. So we'll just go ahead and do that again. IVR hang up, record live. Sorry, we did not receive a response from you. Please call back later and try again. Again, you can play that back. I'll just go ahead and save that. And then the next thing is to actually go ahead and set up your menu options. So right now we have one menu option. In this example, let's just go ahead and set up 2. So when someone presses 1, we'll send it to another call action. When someone presses 2, we'll send it to a different one. Now, you can go ahead and say call action. Let's say we want to forward the call. You'll need to set the phone number that you want to forward that to. So that is the next configuration step. We'll just go ahead and set that up right here. And you'll have to verify that phone, so just make sure you have that phone with you right here. But you just click verify. It will call you at that phone number. You can answer it.
Your verify code is 2766.
You'll get a 4-digit verification code. Once you get that, you should be able to add that channel. And now when someone presses 1, it will route to that phone number. You'll have to do the same thing on this next one, so I'll just pause it while I set that up for you so I can save you some time. All right, so I just went ahead and added a test forwarding number here as the second one, just to demonstrate that if you press 2, it'll forward over to Joe at 123. Other thing, I'll just go ahead and show you as option 3. So real quick, you could also customize these options to be any number between 1 and 9. So it doesn't have to be sequential. And then the other thing I was going to show was the business hours. So you can basically have business hours for each person or each IVR option, right? So oftentimes people use these for different people, like in this example, like Alex, Joe, and then let's say Susan. If they all worked different hours, we could go ahead and say, Joe's hours are this, and during hours we want to forward to Joe's phone, and then after hours we want to send it to Joe's voicemail. It could be a special voicemail just for Joe, and that would be different than if you used the route level business hours. One thing that's important to note is that you're only able to set business hours at the route level or at the individual level. You cannot do both just because that would conflict and it would cause some problems. So for now, just know that you can do this. If you wanted to have special business hours for each person, you can do that, no problem. But if you want to just have a simple call menu or IVR, you can do that here as well. And you can forward calls to the people based on the selection. The other thing you can do is you can set notifications at either the individual level or at the route level, right? So you're able to send notifications via email, Slack, SMS, or if you use the customer support tool front, you can do that as well. And you can do that either at the individual level or at the route level. So if you do it at the individual level, you could say, I want to send Alex an email anytime a call comes in for him, right? Or I want to send it to this Slack channel or this front channel for Alex specifically, right? And then I want to send it to a different email address or a totally different platform in general for Joe, right? That way you could have custom. Other users just sync all of their calls to one front channel or one Slack channel, or they don't have a notification set up at all. Notifications are totally optional, but just wanted to demonstrate that you could set those either at the route level or at the individual level. But if we go ahead and save this route here, everything should be all set up. I'm actually just going to go ahead and update the caller ID settings. Don't worry about this. I covered this in our forward call video, so feel free to watch that if that'd be interesting to you. But now if we go ahead and we call this number.
Thank you for calling Twilanswer. For sales, please press 1. For support, please press 2.
All right, I'm going to press 1, which should forward the call over to this phone. Right there, and now I can answer it and say hello, talk to myself. So that is really quick how you can easily set up a IVR in Twilanswer. I think that only took us 5 to 10 minutes. And everything will work pretty seamlessly from there. You just have to set up a couple of recordings and everything will work through Twilanswer. You also get all of your calls are logged in a central place. You can sync them via API, webhook, Zapier, or make.com if you're using different integrations. Like I mentioned, or I briefly mentioned, was that you could also record or transcribe those. I have a lot of videos on the channel talking about all those additional settings. If you want to give it a try, we have a free trial. If you just head over to Twilanswer.com, click on sign up, 14 days for free to test everything out. If you would like help getting anything set up, feel free to reach out to our support email, hello@Twilanswer.com. But that was everything I had to cover here, so hope you have a great day.